Hi, I'm Donald from Tommy Gunn's Belfast City Skimworks and was recently involved along with Helen from Skullduggery Tattoo on the Dublin Road in curating the Urban Eyes Arts exhibition. The Urban Eyes Arts exhibition was brought about by myself and Helen due to a love of different styles of urban arts. We both saw around the world a growing element of street art and how it was developing elsewhere. Cities like Milan, Barcelona, Rome, New York and Canada were all embracing this new art form, and they were openly exhibiting these pieces that were elsewhere seen as criminal damage or some form of antisocial behaviour. So we thought that Belfast, with the way it's changing recently, was ready to stage such an event. Our aims were really to open people's eyes to new forms of artistic talent and artistic expression, and how people who paint on walls, whether that be with spray cans or paintbrushes, rollers, should be accepted by society as artists like anyone else. The people involved, we had great talent from all over the world. We had Bo 130 and Macrobo, travelled from Italy. We had Blue from Spain, and we even had artists as far afield as Canada and Mexico. Local artists as well, a lot of homegrown Irish artists from Belfast, from Dublin, and they all came together within the exhibition and really pulled off something very special. The exhibition took a lot of hard work, a lot of planning. We had to make sure that we had suitable venues, and Catalyst Arts were very, very helpful in providing us with an independent gallery forum or space that we could put a lot of the preset pieces that were going into place. Without their assistance and the assistance of the Waterfront Hall's Urban Arts Academy and Coca-Cola exhibition, we would have found it very, very difficult to pull this off. As well, we found that a lot of business owners, a lot of people who might have been seen to be a bit square about this or anti-graffiti were very open and willing to give us wall spaces around the city once they realised that what we had in mind was going to brighten up the city and wasn't going to be what Northern Irish people are used to painted on walls. Nothing political, nothing derogatory, but simply a way of putting some beautiful coloured images around the city people could really look at and enjoy. My main involvement with the exhibition was through the medium of tattooing, and I invited a lot of international tattoo artists who I knew also used different mediums to display what they had in their minds to come and exhibit at the show. But we also saw that the graffiti artists were able to mix and gel with that particular style of art very, very well, and it was the crossover that made the show so different and interesting. A diversity of styles. When you have one guy spraying on a wall, he's followed up by another guy who's using a roller brush, and then he's followed up by a tattoo artist who has used maybe charcoal or acrylic, and he hangs his piece on top. And that gelling of three completely different and individual styles really work together. Young people who were involved in the show through workshops brought about by the Waterfront Hall were really given something to aspire to. They got the opportunity to work along with some of Europe's finest graffiti artists, people who have been recognised for their talents across the globe and who travel the world on a regular basis to display their work at massive art events around the world. And these kids really saw that to take away the tagging, to stop destroying phone boxes, and to stop writing on buildings that are maybe not recommended to be sprayed on, but to follow a route where you get permission, and therefore you can put your designs on a building that will be there to stay and really can inspire others around you as well. The Urbanised Art Exhibition was very successful. We had many different people through the doors, from young to old, from straight-laced to completely alternative. We've now realised that we tapped into not just a style of art, but a movement. And when a movement gets going, it's very difficult to stop. We see that over the next period of time, more and more of the hierarchy of art will accept street art into its organisations. They realise that street art is something that is natural to us from days of old when we first painted on caves, right through to now when we're painting on buildings. It's something that is completely in our souls, and therefore it's just going to go from strength to strength. And the more it crosses over, the more other art forms it hits and moulds with, the better placed it will be to get the top recognition it deserves.